Just a little warning, this episode does contain some swear words. Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Blokes and a Mic. My name is Mike, and again I will be joined by my good pals Mas and Dunk. This week's episode is entitled Willie Does It Best. Hi.
Alright.
Good luck. I'll just play with my knob here. Okay, so, how's it going, boys?
Alright.
Fine week.
Great, aye.
Great.
Painful.
Painful.
Used to my mountain biking.
Oh, aye.
All the handlebars, hands, arms, skin off everywhere.
Aye. Happens when you take stabilisers off, isn't it?
Gildo. I can tell Gildo was hilarious.
That's what you get for doing a gay sport. Getting another lycra on. I put a post in the group chat. How to be a CUNT.
Yeah.
Just put on some lycra, get a road bike and go busy hours of the day. That makes you a CUNT.
Yeah.
I never got any
Feedback.
reply or laughs. I think I hurt a few boys maybe.
Yeah. You definitely don't wear like a mountain bike until you just wear fit big gear.
Have you got a road bike?
No. Definitely not.
Nobody commenting probably because it's true, man.
Does that?
Nobody commenting because it's probably true.
Ah well, it's factual, is it?
Aye. Been up to much this weekend?
Not really. Had a few beers on Saturday night. No. Oh, I'll tell you a story. I've thought of him. So we usually have a chipper on a Saturday night. So I was doing the chipper and Ian offered we're 24-hour podcast, we'll probably speak about later. He's offered to feed us our food again. So I thought it was a good gesture. Got a wee raffle prize for him as well. We bought a whiskey so
Nice one, cheers.
never actually thought about eating. Getting
I have.
fun
First
with
thing
eating.
in my mind.
Is it?
I've got everything on like
I thought
energy drinks,
I
jelly
thought it'd be
babies, wine gums.
Drinking I was thinking about, but getting eating because I was thinking, my wife gets annoyed with me because I'm a noisy eater. The last thing you want to do is eating in front of this microphone. I'm not watching that, Ken. It's like at the best of times, Kate is like, I wouldn't mind watching Game of Thrones, Ken. And if I come through a bag of crisps,
Game over.
the wife's looking at me, going, oh my god, here we go. Because can you not just put your hand in the bag and take a crisp out instead of rustling about?
Try to find you at the bottom.
I mean, I was watching Game of Thrones and I was eating a bag of crisps. I just kind of was so into the episode, I just paused. I'm like, what are you doing? Just like, we're not watching this while you're eating that bag of crisps. So I had to finish a bag of crisps before we watched again. So I'm a pretty noisy eater, so I think if it will be there, I'll just take it back off a bit.
I'll just switch your mic right down.
Aye, probably a good idea.
Game of Thrones, what a load of tosh.
Nah, one of the best
Aye,
programs.
brilliant.
Dragons.
Team me a minty to get it.
It's dragons.
It's dragons, aye. But it's I'd be the same as you
End of
if I hadn't watched it.
Dragons.
I just finished Ozark at weekend.
Brilliant.
See the last scene? It's
Aye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
Wow.
Aye, it was. Have you seen it now?
No.
Watch it.
How much?
3 series.
3 series.
How much episodes
10.
is it?
10. And
Too much.
No. You're saying that Game of Thrones has got 50 seasons.
That
50 seasons.
was good though.
Aye, it was good.
If it's about Ozark.
Ozark. Boy, money laundering.
Launder money for a drug cartel.
Cartel.
And he gets in deeper and deeper, obviously, and he wants to get you, can't get you, obviously.
Mexicans.
I always thought, was it Jason Bateman? Lead boy.
Yeah, he's always a comedy, but he's really good at a series.
Aye.
Are you through it now like that?
I'm through and finished now, yeah.
It's good.
Speaking about noisy eaters, I met a boy I used to work with. A boss boy, we'll call him Mr. M. the noisiest eater. He's can almost get you running commentary through it. Can be eating into his pie for the baker. Also, we used to work we used to be in a wee hut at Murray's, Ken up Walls, just doing for Walls Crescent.
Aye, doing how it
Was it Walls Crescent? Aye, up there. And the toilet, it just a smart shed. There was a toilet in it. And I remember once I walked in and I heard the moves in the toilet. Aye, proper noises like. And I thought he was maybe rubbing his again. And then he opened the door and he was definitely shouting like. I rang at him up like.
So we'll crack on, we'll stick with the comedy. Aberdeen versus Rangers on Saturday. Poor game, was it?
Yeah, tough watch.
It was a tough watch.
But as I said, the Premiership first few games were like a bit ropey. Right? I'm willing to hold my counsel until there's been a few games played all around, but it was a painful watch. Yeah, it was good. It was good to see like Bruce Anderson getting a game, but it wasn't made out for him because that new centre half for Rangers looked decent. Aberdeen created nothing. He was just chasing shadows.
Poor defending for a goal. It was a good finish for Kent, but poor defending.
I see McInnes was hammering
Kennedy
for letting him play the ball inside. I'd be more worried about the fact you can put a bus through centre defence.
Back four, centre half.
They just, Aberdeen made it easy for Rangers, didn't they? They just sat off.
But
they pressed when McGregor got the ball. That's the only time they ever pressed. And that's for the goal came for. When they pressed Rangers high up the pitch, and you're saying Kennedy should have maybe showed him outside, showed him inside, but yeah, the bar's travelled a fair bit. It's been a bit of a deflection.
It's got to go 80 yards. It's the same for him to blame him when it's got to go 80 yards to in the net.
The full back, your Venezuelan guy, what's his name?
Hernandez.
He could have tucked in a bit and helped Ash Taylor out a bit.
Well, that's a modern day game again, isn't it? He's away up here at right wing when he should be tucked in defending.
It was kind of on line, but he was too wide. Like a full back should, if it's on that side, the full back should be tucked in. He could have maybe helped Ash Taylor out there because Ash Taylor ended up looking a bit. But he hit it because McKenna was teed out, so Ash Taylor tried to go across to help McKenna out, and so it was kind of a loose goal, was it?
Yes.
Easy finish for Kent.
Me personally, it was a great finish though. I think Rangers just controlled the game. Including myself, Rangers weren't that great, but they didn't have to do more than they did.
No.
I just thought they just plodded through the game, thought this will do.
Aye, it was easy for them.
Aye.
Like you say. But Ken, I feel sorry for Anderson. He's in the team. You got to show something. Show something. He was non-existent. Again, it's a hard shift for him, but if he wants to be a regular in Aberdeen team, he's got to do more than that. Simple as that. He's a local loon. We want him to do well, obviously. Was he near Banford? So he want him to do well, but he's got to show something more than what he showed anyway. As for the guy Ojo in the middle of the park, first half, terrible.
Every time he gave
I don't think he can play in the back fit. I think he looked better for Aberdeen. Got a bit at the end of the first half. They got a bit more of a fit hold, and he looked better when they were on the front foot. But Aberdeen's sitting off. He doesn't look good in that. He looked like he was stuck to treacle sometimes, did he?
Looks miles off the pace.
Really stiff. But Aberdeen, they give ball off far too cheaply. Yeah. I mean, I like Considine because obviously a good servant in the club and all that.
I'll say it again though, Ross. He's been playing well because he's reached that point. He's a centre back to trade, and he's now got even slower. He needs to be playing centre back. He's not a full back. He's been
but he keeps getting the ball away. About 3 times in a row he gave a ball away. It must be frustrating for a Aberdeen fan to watch. Somebody just constantly get. That's the last thing can they work hard enough to get a ball back? Just to get it straight back to Rangers. I mean,
we've also played that, and but you're standing there going, "What have I got? What you got to hit?" And you'd say, "Okay, I get away." But
that's why you're speaking. Like Anderson's got to get a bit more involved. Can't shoot her into that centre half mark, and the centre half strolled it. And to be honest, the jury's out with me still on Goldson. He's prone to ricket. But and the other guy, Abdi said, he looks pretty good, but he was never tested, was he?
No. I think it was just a post that tested him in the rest of that game.
It was a fair done, that was it?
Wow. I mean, just get up.
But it was a fair smart, to be fair. He did get up though.
I did. Edmondson came on in the centre half. He looked not too bad.
I would say you've seen it before. It's like big target man, working channels, had the ball up. But then McInnes rolls out the same standard interview. We did alright, got better in the second half, thought there was a goal in this.
Do you think he could have played? Do you think he should play him? Because he's prone to sitting back, is he?
Yeah. Against
Rangers doing. Do you think he could maybe be a bit more expansive? He's not got a good record against Rangers.
He's lost, I think, he's won 1 out of 11 at Pittodrie.
Aye.
So, but he's been here 8 years, he's not going to change, is he?
No. But he's not, he can't, they say it's the definition of lunacy is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yeah.
So maybe you got to go and try something different. Why not? Just take a go. Because at the end of the day, you get beat, you get beat.
Aye.
I can understand it. I mean, there was a time when Aberdeen were getting hammered for Celtic
Yeah.
9-0
No.
when they were trying to play too expansive. It's so tough because you've got to
be
take
honest,
into
man.
consideration the disparity in wages and.
And also, if I played in games as well, Mass, it's saying like go attack him.
Yeah.
It could end up being 5-6-0.
That's what I'm saying.
And then next minute,
What do you do?
Yeah.
Aye. Do you sit back and like Aberdeen do, or do you actually go and have a go? Because, like I said, the goal came for them trying to press. Try to press him, and that's what they got opened up.
Best
Split
he's
open.
picked off,
Kent's pace. You're about once he's got a yard in you, you're not catching him.
Fans maybe made a difference in being there as well, I suppose.
Definitely.
Same atmosphere as usual, is it?
See two boys in cherry picker.
Aye.
Two boys weren't in a cherry picker when Aberdeen
Like the
flags.
South Stand.
Aye.
South stand.
Well, that was a big advantage to Rangers because usually when Rangers come to town, there's a big atmosphere, hostile atmosphere. But saying that, the record at Pittodrie's pretty good, which I was surprised by, really.
Then Considine got sent off.
Aye.
Did you go at tackle?
Well,
I seen Arfield hit his feet up in eye. He needs to start showing his wheel.
you could arguably give him 2 reds,
Aye.
but the modern game it's a red, isn't it? But 10 years ago it's not even a foul.
Oh,
Well,
If you miss the bar 10 years ago, even it's a red. But if you hit the bar,
it's not even a free
it's
kick.
not even a free kick.
Nah. I used to tackle like that at a time, and it's hard. When you go in straight, like the bar's straight in front of you and you're running straight onto it, it's hard to really tackle another
Well,
one.
you end up tackling like I used to tackle, and I just
Drop
hold
your
out my
leg
leg and
or
then
something,
drop my leg or
Yeah.
sharpen my knees because
Aye.
I couldn't tackle because that's near the way to
I
tackle.
mean, it's all about endangering an opponent, but you endanger an opponent every time you go in a tackle.
Tackle, aye.
Same if you go up for a header with a boy, you're endangering him, or like heat clashes and
But
stuff.
both of them are going, he's coming to do me, he's coming to do me, and they both went into
Aye.
each other.
Aye, a wee
If
bit.
Arfield got at the ball first,
Aye,
he probably got sent off.
Arfield jumped down with 2 feet as well,
Aye.
but it's just the fact that
Constantine
Constantine was more kind of brutal with it. Yeah.
Aye.
That's what it was.
Get tackle.
It was a good tackle. For me, if it was up to me and I was marking the rules of the game, which it should be, then it would it wouldn't be a red. It'd just be fair. He's won the bar clean won a bar.
And he wasn't even high because that's in the
No,
you've seen
yeah,
it in the
it's
replays.
fine.
He was low.
Well,
on
the bar was rolling on
Aye.
the deck,
And he went through the bar.
but in the modern day, you can't argue with the read, can you? You can't argue
No,
with it
no.
because you know if you tackle like that, you're gonna get a red card.
Aye. Well, stay with Rangers.
You can't blame the refs.
No.
The refs are just enforcing the
Rules.
rules.
Aye.
So I hate when he's made up his. I hate when I see refs. He's made up his mind straight away like that. He's straight to a red card. He's not give it 1 second's thought. I hate when refs do that. You've got to kind of just
Stand back and see the reaction of the players.
Exactly, a wee bit, Ken.
Aye.
I think that doesn't help either. These players, they roll about in the deck
Aye.
forever now,
Yeah.
and that makes it look worse. But
Refs getting conned in that way, though.
well, I don't ever getting conned. It's just it makes it. If a boy's rolling about and he looks like he's hurt, it looks like, oh, he's seriously hurt. I better do something about this. If a player just gets it, see if Arfield just stood up, that tucks his sting out of it. Okay, it's just a booking.
Plus, there was a tackle in, was it McGregor in Hamilton game?
Aye,
Ken Boy came right through the back.
aye, back
Just
up.
sending off every day.
Every
Yeah.
week,
Yeah,
McGregor went down, got straight back up.
aye, straight up, aye.
Nothing. It was a booking, I think.
Aye, but have you seen O'Halloran? It's like he went into that game trying to get sent off.
Aye.
Because his first tackle was, if Considine's a straight red,
It was a horror
that's
show.
2 reds, that tackle,
It was
because
a
that was
terrible
twice as bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like,
What was he playing at?
and then
He's in his thigh.
he got booked for a silly in, and then he got let off with because he hit a keeper in a heat,
Aye.
and then he got booked for another free kick. I think Davidson stuck up for him in the interview, and he's an idiot, boy. Because he's got he's so much pace,
Yeah,
but
he's player,
Was he?
he was at Rangers.
He was at Rangers,
aye,
aye.
but he's fanning it a lot. It's like seeing Scott Allen playing for Hibs. He's still a good player.
Good player, aye.
That's another Scottish boy. It's
Just
like
wasting
fanning
his
it a
talent.
lot.
Yeah.
Ken. He bags of talent,
Flashes
ability.
in a game and you go,
Aye,
Well, he's up to Hibs'
aye. The boy,
great skill.
Aye.
Martin Boyle.
Boyle. He's a
Lightning.
lead pick, is he?
Jesus. I've seen him live a few times. He's so quick.
We're getting all over the place here with the games, but if it was a keeper playing that,
What was the
He
keeper?
comes bombing out.
100% what's the keeper playing at, but it's because Boyle's like grease lightning.
Aye.
Any other player he probably gets.
Aye, maybe.
Because when you watch him behind the goals, his acceleration's just off the scale.
Aye, I can see him going to.
Rangers.
Well, one of them will be snooping about.
He's for Aberdeen, but he's played for Australia now, isn't he? So
Aye.
that's another ring gone.
That's true, aye.
He's for Aberdeen.
Aye, looks decent.
So going back to the Rangers.
Aye.
The Rangers. Did you hear the comment today?
Were they getting the Sevco shout now?
No.
I was waiting for that. Like.
That's done and dusted, isn't it? The Jamie O'Hara statement today. Rangers and Gerrard. Bigger job for Bournemouth.
Aye, Bournemouth's a bigger job than Rangers.
Aye.
You started out United.
It's like, I couldn't believe it when I'm listening. I know he said last, and I know also they're going, let's get people listening, things like that. But I'm listening to O'Hara and he actually believes it. 100%, it's a sheer arrogance. He knows nothing about the Scottish game. And he was naming clubs, and the guy asked him to name 10 clubs that were bigger than Rangers, and he was like, as a Spurs fan, saying Spurs were bigger than Rangers. I'm not even a Rangers fan, but it's like the sheer contempt they've got for the Scottish game is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like, I just...
To say the Bournemouth job's bigger than Rangers.
Come on, it's
how far do you start with that? You start with the stadium. Bournemouth have 11,000 fans.
Yeah.
Rangers have got 50,000, so the 5 times the fan base in the stadium, and Rangers could probably, if they had another 10,000 seats, another 10,000
Well, they
seats.
took $250,000 to the UEFA Cup final.
Aye.
There's Rangers supporters clubs everywhere in the world. I
Well,
worked in Singapore, and there was one in Singapore.
Aye. Yeah. You go anywhere in the world, there's a Rangers.
There's a Rangers
the Celtic bar.
You heard what McCoy said. He goes, I do believe that if they got the money that was in English Premiership, they would be in the top 4 within 5 years, both in my opinion. Because
if you put Rangers Celtic into the Premier League, it's not a top 6, a top 8 then.
Aye.
You got 2 huge clubs, and give them the money that they would earn doing in England as well. They'd be... I'm not saying that it would take them years to even contend.
Yeah.
Like you're getting on a different ball game if you start speaking about City and Chelsea and Man United and that, but it's certainly...
So McCoy's statement was right when he said that Rangers are bigger than Arsenal, Chelsea...
Well, they're bigger than Chelsea for me,
Arsenal?
maybe, but no, but like it's not just about
I don't think they're bigger. I don't think they're bigger.
But if it separates me from the rest of the man, Celtic and Rangers are institutions.
Aye.
You speak to them for the glass, it's ingrained in you, and like say it's all around the world. Yeah, there's some of these supporters, but it's like it's life and death. Again, there's very few football clubs are like that. And O'Hara's gone, they're not even in the top 20 clubs in the world. What are you talking about, you idiot?
He says the Bournemouth statement's ridiculous.
Aye.
But when you start speaking about Arsenal and Chelsea. Now you've got a debate, a real debate.
Aye.
For me, Chelsea have only really become a massive club since Abramovich. Before then, they were just another London team, really. But now, okay, they've won the Champions League, haven't they? They've been in the final. So you've got to say, well, Chelsea maybe are a bigger club than Rangers and Celtic, but it's close.
If you go by fan base, I think Rangers being the top 10, top 20.
Yeah, easy top 10.
I don't care about top 10. I'd definitely say top 20, Old Firm being top 20. Top 10, I mean, you go through the clubs, you have Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, Inter Milan.
They're bigger than Rangers?
Inter Milan?
In your opinion?
I think so.
Right.
Inter Milan, another Italian teams. Juve, you've got Man City.
Bigger than Rangers, Man City. They're a bought club.
I can.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Depends how.
For me, it depends if you're classing a big club.
If you go into history, I can't what Abdi's saying. They've only 10 euros.
Yeah, but getting somebody in to buy a club and then gain you billions, that doesn't mean you're a big club.
No, I suppose again, history. Well, let's just talk Celtic's history.
Because O'Hara was like, for example, he said City were getting X amount of thousand in Division 2. Well, Rangers have been getting 50,000 forever.
Aye. And Celtic, maybe you'd say it's Celtic. I think that's level, but you got Celtic was the first British team to win the European Cup now. The first British team to win it. They set a standard.
But I don't know much about it, but week apart in Vegas, there's the Vegas conventions for Celtic and Rangers. How many football clubs have got
I know.
a convention?
But
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like I say, Polish guys at work, I speak to them about football, and I mind speaking. I goes, did you guys hear Rangers and Celtic when you were in Poland? We're like, oh yeah, Rangers, Celtic, massive.
Yeah.
And even in Poland, you're a Rangers or Celtic fan. Who there?
Religion, maybe.
Well, a lot of them would be Celtic, would it, because of their Faith.
Anyway, O'Hara's a numpty. Because it's not.
To compare it to Bournemouth's an absolute. It's a piss take.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised because I think he's genuinely
I think he was genuine because he was
angry
I
about
think he
it.
was, 'cause-
To compare him to
Because
Bournemouth.
obviously
He's a
top
massive
scorer,
advocate
and
for
they had a laugh
Scotland.
at the time, him and O'Hara, but I think he was genuinely going, what is he talking about?
Aye,
Actually. Now I get they'll have conflicting opinions to try and get a debate going, but that's just idiocy of the highest order. Like,
Absolutely, definitely.
Won't be
Bournemouth wouldn't be back in the Premier League.
No.
I'm telling you right now. There'll be another Oldham, Bradford, Barnsley. Teams that have been in the Premier League for a couple of years, they've had their limelight and then they start.
did you hear
Gambino
the boy
leaves.
try to say? He goes, Celtic have won 9 in a row, so for Gerrard to go in and then break the stranglehold is a massive achievement. He goes, no, it's not. Like, and I'm just saying, are you even listening to what you're saying?
He was trying to say that getting Bournemouth back into the Premier
It's a
League would be
bigger-
a bigger achievement
than
and
stopping Celtic in 10 in a row.
Rangers stopped in 10 in a row.
Ludicrous, is it?
I would say it is, like, personally.
Did you watch your Celtic game?
I did,
You were cruising with it.
aye. It was just a
Can't
pure.
see.
That's a pure case of Celtic are just miles better than
Yeah.
Hamilton, and there's nothing Hamilton can do
No,
about it. There's
but
so
enjoy-
much pace and power. They're so good, dynamic going forward, which I think separates Celtic for Rangers just
Yeah.
now going forward.
Edward.
Aye,
So-
Edward and
But
Forrest.
I've noticed,
do
like,
the-
everybody
do the
gets bad
sides.
injuries.
Get some good tunes on
I
there.
bet-
You
I bet-
banging that table like.
That's because I'm annoyed, but it'd be interesting to see if it would happen to Celtic if Edward got injured, because
Aye.
he's a difference.
I'd got boy scored a. I've went and forgot my notes here. So I'm usually bad.
Boy scored a
my
fifth
notes.
goal.
Aye,
Aye.
that was a good. That was probably the best goal I thought. Kenny just caught in front of the centre half and then
Hot to
reversed it and then
Definitely.
against some dodgy goalkeeping in that game. Was that? I'm not convinced we'd be in at Celtic. I think they need another. You see, it was straight at him and he just like punched it out of the bar.
There's rumours that signed a 3-year.
Signed a boy for Ajax Athens.
A goalie.
Goalie.
Ah,
Did you see the stats on McGregor for last season? Like McGregor, I've always, because obviously I've seen him live at him. For me, the best player in Scotland. You see his stats, first and everything for last season. Like
Aye.
quality, never gives the ball away.
Yeah,
I'm surprised nobody's come in for him. I think he's a class player.
he is.
I look at Celtic and like they jump out as like McGregor and Edward. I'm interested to see if it would happen if them two were out for a period of
Forrest when he's on fire and that. I mean, the full backs at Hamilton were just getting annihilated with it.
time. But their average age was 22. It was literally men.
Aye,
and boys, wasn't
aye,
it?
it
But
was.
what I liked is that they had a go.
Aye,
I'm talking about McKinnon sitting back and playing whatever way he plays.
First
The
15,
guy
20 minutes,
he went 4-4-2 and he went for it.
Definitely.
yeah.
How would you hang your team though? Would you?
He likes a gamble up boy though, does he? The gaffer.
It's just back for
I'll tell you another boy I liked. The Dundee United boy. You'll like him because he's a Yank. The boy Ian Hark. You see him?
Aye.
Decent.
Good player. Like.
He said, "Boy Harks, Loon."
Is
Like
it?
the boy Harks you were on about.
John Hart.
John Hart.
Aye, it says Loon.
Is it?
Aye.
Shanklin looked alright. He had a good chance to get half and run.
He actually did well apart from the finish. Did he?
Aye.
Blazed it out of the bar.
Did you watch your Motherwell game last night?
I watched a
I
bit.
did. Aye. Well, a bit. I was walking. I was falling asleep.
That's how bad it was. Like.
Plus, Andy Walker was on as well. I just,
Did you watch the commentary or the highlights last night?
Did you watch?
Sean Maloney.
No, I missed that. What game was he on?
He was on last night after the Ross County.
Aye.
Motherwell.
Was he?
We're at the point we need
Bad.
to talk about Sports' new segment for
Oh my god!
the dovetail in
well,
dovetail the interviews for the Saturday
Aye.
into the game while you're watching
into the
it.
middle of the highlights. So if there's a goal, the manager comes on.
Well,
And the post-match interview comes on about the manager speaking about a goal.
Aye.
Both managers and then the player that scored. Forever. The
Whoever acted
production
You
team.
should- you should be working on this
Oh,
podcast.
Jesus.
It's like Netflix audio description, is it?
Whoever came up with that idea should be fired straight away.
terrible.
So, but how bad is sports scene?
Oh, what? The only guy with an opinion, and he gets bulleted off it. Because
Aye.
I'm telling you, Marvin Bartley.
Aye.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so a bit stale, is it?
Aye.
It's like, and he played
But
the
my
ball
point
down.
about like saying genuinely, Michael Stewart has an opinion, and if it
Aye.
happens, he's off.
Aye. BBC, typical BBC.
Yeah, bring
Yeah.
back Scott Sport and ITV. Yeah.
Jim White.
Aye. But just, I stopped watching sports scene ages ago because it was so bad.
Aye.
And now we're getting DNS, so I thought we better watch all the highlights.
Well, I should have
And they
heard that
just winging
last
it.
night. I thought Julie Fleeting was coming across miles better than Sean Maloney.
Aye. Yeah.
You just.
That's Shelley Kerr. She's like this. Was the Scotland manager, women's manager. And they haven't had one.
Was she, what was she on it? Because I've never seen her.
Saturday.
The Saturday.
Aye.
See, I watched the Sunday.
I watched Monday.
So I saw 3 different.
Yeah, they broke it up into 3 days.
So hey, get on the same page. I mean, the Sunday's the best thing.
Is it?
Is it?
But I can't remember seeing Saturday.
I just thought I watched Monday.
One of them's enough.
Nah, true.
Some goal for the boy, you see St Johnson's goal, Liam Craig.
Aye, but find out the boy's clearance.
How he
Just nod it out for a corner. We try to hook it over his head. We actually didn't too bad.
Yeah.
But what a finish for the boy for St Johnston on the volley.
Didn't he?
Brilliant finish.
Was that Neil Reynolds? So I cleared it.
No, it was that.
No, it was a baldy headed lad.
No, was it?
Ham man. Deal.
And did you watch the FA Cup final on Saturday?
It was good,
It was a good
It was a
final.
good game.
Well, Chelsea first 10-15 minutes were absolutely. I'm looking for a better term, and just taking the piss basically. Arsenal for the first 15 minutes. I think a major turning point for me was Pulisic
I come up.
ripping his hamstring
Definitely.
because he was running the show. His pace was just tearing Arsenal to bits. And Kevin, I liked about Pulisic also. He tore his hamstring. And he still got his shot
That's
off.
unheard of, like, because he was in agony.
Usually that's just a far doing job.
Maybe
Isn't it?
added on a few weeks to the injury, that did.
You just seen him touching his arm.
You see him screaming out in pain, and he still gets his shot off. So
There'll be a bit melon you. It's Champions League. I thought about that.
I'll make a statement already. He's going to be plagued with hamstrings. I can tell already.
Well,
It's like 3 I think he's had this season.
once if you're up quick,
Aye.
you're always struggling with injuries. Like
Susceptible.
Owen, is it?
Yeah, like
Susceptible to injuries. Short careers when you're up quick.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it? You're almost too quick for your own good.
Yeah.
I kind of feeling like.
Yeah, if about the first goal for Arsenal, was it a penalty?
No, it is for me, aye.
Aye.
It was a pen.
He's done well, got him behind him. I know it starts outside the
It was a
box.
bit soft, like.
Yeah, he does.
Just how the game's.
A red card was ridiculous though. It was never ever a booking. I think it's a booking new, is it?
No,
Just
saying,
aye.
every foul is a yellow
booking.
card.
Aye.
And that's what's
Just
ruining it.
just a foul. No need to book him and send him off for that.
You actually think his fit stood on.
Aye.
But again, just what you said previously, at no point does he win because this could why has he not stopped him out right? I might send him off here,
Aye.
and this basically ruins the game,
Aye.
and it's like all over again.
I know.
At no point do you think he couldn't get a card out quick enough. Go on.
I just didn't even think
And
about it.
you might as
FA
well
Cup final.
just disappeared. Because the game was over.
Yeah. That was it. And then, Arsenal team who are once Pulisic.
Aye, come on.
Or is it Pulisic?
Pulisic.
I think Chelsea are like so hot and cold, aren't they?
Aye.
Either really good or really bad. It's not in between with
Love
them.
it. Here they get out coached by Arteta.
Well, maybe.
I'm saying, did he?
Aye.
Did you think?
It's easy to say. At the end of the day, I don't think so. I just think Arsenal were better. Aubameyang's too. He's a difference maker, isn't he? Aubameyang.
His second goal's pure class.
Pure
A
absolute
good
class,
run
aye.
for Bellingham because he is rapid, is he?
Yeah.
Great tackle,
yeah.
Aye, good touch.
Did we cover that Tierney subject last week? We did it? Aye, we did. But whether he'd won FA Cups bigger than us, we've covered that. Have we?
Covered up.
We're going to go back on it.
No, it's not, man. Paul Stewart was in me this week saying it because he couldn't remember he phoned this and then he remembered he texted me again.
It's Celtic man, isn't he?
Aye, massive.
So you don't even hate to tell him if he said.
Aye. I just said, I'm going to agree with massive.
So Aubameyang lifting the cup.
Man.
Has he ever watched
Did
football?
Beacon lift a cup on him there though? I thought Henderson's was a joke and I tell of a boy in it.
You need to watch Willie Miller. The golf player, one hand.
Well, we'll put up a picture.
That's right.
That's how to lift a cup. Again, one hand in the air, the other hand in the cup. That's how the Irish used to lift it back in the day.
That's
You can't even lift that cup anymore.
It's got to be the first man up for me and just lift the trophy.
And
Everybody up and then
aye.
lift it. It's got to be first man up, lift it, pass it along the
And
line.
all this up above your head, it's not even vertical, it goes horizontal.
Aye.
And then they start shocking it.
It's got to be like this, isn't it?
That's
Straight up,
that's
pass it
straight.
along the line.
It's got to remain vertical at all times. I don't want to see it underneath. I don't want to see the bottom of the base. Can show me the trophy.
Very technical, like.
Aye, well, yeah, I lifted a lot in my time, but that's what I did. A couple of trophies I lifted. That was one hand, Willie Miller style.
Just see Lacazette, you'd see Buchanan.
Aye. Well, just like you couldn't work it out. Well, how am I supposed to pick this up with the base? Well, what about leaving the base
Leave
in the
the base
ground?
empty, like Andy Austin's.
He also never went to school, did he?
You couldn't have beat up a stair, getting up about 5,000 steps,
Aye.
and then the Queen used to give you a trophy. You know, that was the best things. Ah,
So they're saying Aubameyang, 250 grand a week. Would you give him that?
aye.
How much is
In
also-
today's market, aye. I think he's worth it. But he is, Fitzy, 31.
Right one.
I still reckon he's got 3-4 years.
No, you can tell me. If he's still got that pace at 31, he's
Aye.
going to hit for a while yet.
Yeah.
But
Arsenal have got to keep him.
aye.
So they've got to break a bank.
2 goals in the semi, 2 goals in the final. That's all you need to say, is it?
Aye. The finishes as well, he's shiting ice cubes, is he?
Aye.
In front. That's what you look for in a striker. If he's through 1-on-1, you can't straight away. He gets
What's that saying? So
he's
Zuma's
good.
done the right thing, or to that point he's got to show him in outside away for his good. Dial him, get a shot in his
Aye.
right foot, and then you go, right, I'll go left because I
Aye.
know what I'm going to do here. You come
Yeah.
out and I'll just dink it.
Aye.
Different gravy.
I like his story with the goalie and I. He was emotional at the end, wasn't he? Getting he's been like the second goalie
Been
here,
in the
there, that way.
block, loads of loans.
And I get it. Arteta gives him a chance, and he's not half doing it, is he?
He looks good.
Aye.
It isn't very good.
Aye.
We're going to see Arsenal next season.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
to see,
I forgot
quite like Arteta.
when we were speaking about Aberdeen and Rangers. Hedges hairband. Fitzy thinking.
Andy's
That's a
died.
fine.
Andy's died as well.
That's got to be a fine for wearing that. He's not even got long hair. It's not even that long. He's not got like a Grealish hairdo because
Yes, that's why he's got the hairband.
it's not that long though. He does not
He's
need
also
a
got, if
hairband.
you actually want to get really technical, he's actually got a receding hairline, so he's fighting it.
Aye. So is that what he's doing? Covering his.
It's like Matt's when I bass back up.
I just think it's a hairband that fit by. I can't imagine when I was playing a boy coming on with a hairband. I just can't imagine if I would have said to him, maybe not after a game, but at training.
Aye.
It's just killing me.
From
Abuse.
opinion, now the top knots, mine, when Bale and I had top knots.
It was just as bad. But I think I'd rather see a top knot than a hairband. That's saying something.
Okay, it's a women's section, by the way. Yeah, see, Newcastle deal's done. Well, not done, it's finished.
Aye.
The Saudis in there taking over.
Aye.
I'd see that. Boy, was it you sent the video?
I'm the boy with the fake designer hoodie on.
Never
Who's not happy, was he?
not happy. But
The only point I would say in that is like, why did it take so long, and why have they released a statement to say?
Well,
There's a massive grey area.
Well, I think they were just spinning it out, hoping that if it would happen, happened. They didn't know what to make a decision, so they were hoping they'd pull out and make a decision for them. And I think it's worked.
no.
Can I understand the Newcastle fans being frustrated,
Definitely.
Definitely.
especially if Ashley's your owner. But
You go from zero to like the richest club in the world.
they're seeing the dream in Newcastle fans there, weren't they? They're seeing that's millions,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden these amazing players coming in. They're seeing the trophies maybe coming, but Newcastle's never won a trophy in our lifetime, have it?
No, 1971 was it?
1971.
I think it was a
Milk Cup.
Milk Cup or something.
What's that like? Does that even count? Is that a major trophy? That's it. They claim to be a big club.
Yeah,
They never won fuck all of it.
Yeah.
I worked offshore like that. Middlesbrough fans, Newcastle fans, Sunderland fans, big clubs, and then you try and say you're not a big club, and they're like, "I are. We'll get 50." But as I always say, there's 12 clubs in Scotland, and 3 of them have won a European trophy. You know what I mean? There's
Never won
160 odd clubs in England. There's only X amount won European trophies, but
Yeah.
we're big clubs. It does mean nothing. They're not big clubs.
We've got a big fan base in Newcastle,
Aye.
Yeah.
but apart from that, they never did anything. Apart from the Keegan days where they were a half decent team, but then they bottled it, didn't
One
they?
season
So,
potentially win the league. And that was
they
it.
should have won a league that
Should
year.
have won the league, bottled it. And then
But you feel a bit for the
They
fans.
do, they've been shafted. Like,
Fuck, I
it's
didn't really feel for them, but
No. No.
especially after seeing that boy's interview, you're like almost like getting right up here. But I said before, my friend spoke about it before, and I said like fans didn't care that about that guy's human rights. Just
No,
show me the
no,
money,
show me the money.
and that boy just summed it up,
But
did he?
did they go into the same depths when City was bought? You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
Well, that's like cloth people, and it?
Aye.
As Mike would describe it.
so it's like it's bizarre. Like it's alright for some boys and
But-
not alright for the next. But
but like
I think
this-
the main
like-
the main stumbling block was just they were doing the piracy, was it, with the FIFA? So I think that was probably the main.
But like we said in the group chat the other night, there's no such thing as clean cut billionaires, is there? There's dirty money there somewhere. Absolutely, 100%. We was obviously we was putting pictures on about millionaires. You could have just picked on a millionaire. Show me a millionaire. It's no got a shady, something shady about him.
You don't get to the top without crushing a few people on the way
Well,
up.
that's it. I don't think you do. No.
Well, I wouldn't get in, but
Yeah, would I?
but people tell you
But
that.
they
that's how it
say
works.
nice folk didn't get anywhere in life, do they?
Yeah, no. What do you think about, obviously, the German leagues? They're owned 49% owned by a company or something like that, or an investor. Then
They can't
the
solely
fans,
own it, can they?
the fans own another 51%.
Is that at every club? Like,
Every club. Because last season there was a hell carry on. Games were getting stopped and things like that because there's Mainz or something like that. The owner had like 51%.
Yeah.
That'd be a good thing, like in Scotland and maybe in England now, because obviously the clubs can't afford it.
Yeah. Germany always do it right, did
Did
they?
they?
He was copy it. Just if Germany do something, just copy him because he can it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I see they're speaking about well, maybe post 1945. Aye.
Speak about Germany being in Europe and now Europa League and Champions League this week.
Aye.
You'll be buzzing to speak about Man United. They're 5-0 up.
They're
Do you think they'll play their second-rate team, or do you think
I don't even think it's an important cup for Man United anymore. They're in the Champions League, I think.
so
now it's just like...
It's not a European Cup, is it?
Aye, but I think Europa League's been relegated.
Especially now that this season will be starting the 12th of September. I think they'll just play the kids.
I think they'll just play like out and out.
No,
I think they'll play their strongest 11.
Fringe players. And
Especially with a 5-0 up in this last game.
Yeah.
So,
you look at teams in that cup still, they should be winning it.
again, Inter Milan still in it.
Roma, aye.
So a few big clubs still in it.
But Man United should be winning that still.
Probably. Inter Milan would be the
closest.
the closest.
Aye, but they're going to go through a bit of FA stage now because there's a lot of Conte getting it done fair as well.
Aye.
Seen it?
Well, a lot of United rejects in that team, is it?
Ashley Young, five goals.
Lukaku.
Lukaku.
Far did Smalling go? He's
Roma. He's back in Man U.
Yeah.
There's no word of him leaving though again.
No, well, it's...
Because Juve looking at him, there's a word of a spot.
They should. If you look at him on paper, really, United should be cleaning that up, I would say.
Yeah.
But Inter Milan may be the biggest threat to them.
Rangers.
Aye.
3-0 down.
Aye, it's over.
3-1.
3-1. They need 3 goals.
Aye.
The only thing you would say is they've no hostile crowd to go and face, but stand by the first leg, Leverkusen were far better outfit. They look pretty good.
And obviously the German league started a while back and they've had like 10, 11 games.
Aye, but they've been finished for a while though as well, haven't they? So
a few weeks. We'll get their legs back though.
Aye.
I can't see Rangers getting on into that game.
They wouldn't go through.
No,
it's dead.
Then Friday and Saturday night's quite good.
Aye, Champions League.
You got
still some interesting fixtures there. But you'd say Chelsea are out 3-0 down to Bayern Munich.
Definitely.
They're out, but Madrid City is probably the standout, is it?
Yeah. But
Still tight, yeah.
Leon Juve, Leon 1-0 up. Surprising first leg at all, but I fancy City to win it.
I've looked at the
City
Barca
or Bayern. Barca, they what they were.
I've looked at
Still
the fixtures.
Messi.
I think it'll be a PSG City final.
Aye.
Yeah.
PSG. Just the way the teams have left out.
I was going to look at how Apan do it and stuff, but like when the teams that are left, for me it's City or Bayern.
I think City's the favourites for me, I would say.
Just because Bayern for me, because Lewandowski, the sheer number of goals he scored, it's just...
That guy at left back as well from Bayern Munich, what a player he is. He's as good a fullback as I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
He's really... And they stole him from Canada somewhere.
Yeah, he was a refugee in Canada.
Aye, it's like, well, didn't they steal him, but again, they literally steal. But again, that's a steal. I don't care how much they paid for him.
Why did the German clubs find all this good steals?
Well, it's scouting, is it? Recruitment is massive, isn't it? It's Abu.
Yeah.
Recruiting well. If you've got a great network around the world, you can find a gem like that.
Yeah.
He'd be worth millions to them now.
Yeah.
Do you think City's kicking themselves, obviously, letting Jadon Sancho go at such a young age and why his time in the German League and now, obviously, Man United looking at 107 million, is it?
108 million, I think.
108 million. You get
Nah,
too
you
much
would
for
be.
that-
You'd,
too much for
you'd
your guy.
obviously be kicking yourself, but
But at the time, if somebody's came to you and said, "Look, am I getting to play?" and the Bex went, "No."
yeah. Well, I'm going. It's the Pogba situation at
Aye.
United. They sold him to Juve for
Peanuts.
peanuts. It's
It's the same idea. It's just like, you know what I mean? Because
and then they had to buy him back
I've got to
for.
respect them in a way, because these people wanted to play,
Mhm.
and they've been proven by playing that they made the right calls.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's a lot of money still for a young guy?
It is, but I say it seems like, I remember, well, it's obviously changed, but Rooney was 28 million, it was crazy money, but I'm saying, if you average that out and he plays for Man United for the next 10 years and he is one of the best players in Europe, is it a bad signing?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Time will tell. I'd
Aye.
say it was this case.
I'm not convinced, because I watch a German football and I'm not convinced it's a
Nah, some good teams in Germany. I think.
two-team league.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say. Aye, capable of winning it probably, but right now. But I think the standards near too bad. For fit I've seen, like I watched Leverkusen against Rangers, and they looked at a really good team.
Yeah, but look at Bayern Munich's results every week: 7-0, 7-1,
Some of them,
8-1.
I hate seeing that. But,
Same as the Scottish League in a way sometimes too.
well, it can be, can't
Well, that's
be.
my point. But obviously, all Scottish are daily league, but I'm saying you can go around other leagues in Europe.
Aye.
The Premiership's only
Apart from the Premiership,
is only one for its competitive from top to bottom.
half I knew it. Yeah. The thing about like Scottish and English football, before the serious money come in with Sky and BT and these Arab owners and stuff like that, Scottish teams are holding their own against your Celtic and Rangers was holding their own against English teams.
Yeah.
Before all that, it's just
Leeds-
the money, innit? And money is
Leeds
just
were champions at the time, and Rangers
beat
done it home
them
and away.
home and away. And by that, the final at Celtic got there, they beat Blackburn, they
And
beat Liverpool
Right.
at Anfield, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Wasn't that money really, was it?
for Rangers, man.
Tumbleweeds.
Oh, was it net? No, when I get
Leave it, it's been
I need
done
another
before.
podcast.
No. This week we were dealing with centre backs.
Aye.
We'll only do one.
Aye, so we're doing one centre back, and then next week we're doing the other centre back. So we're up picking one each, both weeks.
Aye.
Aye.
What are you going for?
I'll go last.
I'll go for. I went for Cannavaro. 676 appearances, 136 caps for Italy. Second highest to Buffon. World Cup winner, captain, 2006. Ballon d'Or winner, 2006.
That's amazing for a defender. Defenders never get a Ballon d'Or.
I think he's only the third person to ever win it. Aye, a defender.
I was what to say.
Beckenbauer and Sammer.
Aye, well,
Um,
he's in good company here, is he?
mhm. And he's also a good looking man, as you mentioned last week about Maldini.
The Italians are. Apart from mine.
No, but he was at 2006 World Cup. I think he was
Unbelievable.
voted the player of the tournament.
Aye.
It's never been done by a defender.
No.
Great player.
He wasn't big, and he was just immense. Could read the game,
Aye.
could jump.
His
Obviously,
jumping ability, even for being like
Great-
5'9".
great
or something.
partnership.
Leader.
I mean, Nesta was Nesta's
Nesta's
partner at World Cup, I
Aye.
think.
Aye,
Quality player.
It's hard to pick a weakness in him, really, is it, Cannavaro?
his wife.
His wife.
Aye.
Aye,
She's near Michael Mole's job, is she?
enough.
Huh? So he's good looking, he's got all this money, and he's picked a horrible wife. What fits he thinking?
Class player, Cannavaro, that's for sure.
Well, look,
I've went for Ramos.
Sergio.
Always rated him, but then when you start researching him, 22 major honours, obviously still playing, still going. I think he's fit 34, 35. 726 appearances, 102 goals.
102 goals for centre back.
170 caps. record caps for Spain, 21 goals.
Diddy nation, that is it? Spain.
That's what I'm saying. No, but honestly, like,
Yeah, if he played for Papua New Guinea, he'd say,
Casillas,
it's Spain, innit?
Casillas 168, and he's a goalie. You can get that.
Aye.
170 caps, still playing.
I know.
And then UEFA Team of the Year 8 times, that's a record. FIFA Pro World 11 team, record for a defender 10 times. Best defender in the Liga 5 times, that's also a record. Youngest player to 100 caps. Obviously the most cup player. He's the 9th highest goal scorer for Spain. And he's a centre back. But Carlo Ancelotti compared it to Maldini. That's how good he thinks he is.
Alright. That's high praise.
And he got clocked it in his peak 30.6 kilometres an hour, so lightning quick. So
Aye.
aggressive, quick, can play, scores goals. Never injured, obviously, to get that amount of caps, that amount of appearances. That's another positive.
Yeah.
And definitely a leader.
Yeah.
And then the flip side to that is he's got a couple of other records. He's got a record in the
I bet
Liga.
he's got a tidy wife.
Yes. The record in the Liga for cards, he's at 187 cards, 167 yellows and 20 reds.
Oh my god.
The Champions League, he's had 40 yellows and 4 reds. That's also a record. So initially I would say that's a negative, but the point is he's still won 22 major honours, including him getting sent off that many times. But it's just the fact, for me, the amount of caps and the amount of appearances, never been injured, scoring goals, like, for me, he is a complete defender because he can do that, and he's nasty, and I like that.
I like that, no? I think for me, undoubtedly a great player, but he's speaking about like the best you've ever seen, so you're nitpicking the only thing in his discipline would be the only thing you would say would let him doing a bit. But
I think it's a good debate, to be honest, because when you see the stats, everything's a record, you think, how good a player have you got to be? And like I say, getting voted in teams years all the time, but the caps thing's just 170 caps, I can't really explain. That means he's committed, always turns up, always wants to play.
Oh, aye. Without a doubt. But like, I'm thinking about Cannavaro, I think what weakness we have, attack. And then Ramos. But then you'd say Ramos is maybe done a wee bit more than Cannavaro. So.
And in fact, he's still playing and still winning things.
Aye, a top club.
Aye.
Probably the biggest club in the world, if I need it anyway.
And he's nasty. No, but the reason why I say that is I mean it's about like hurting boys, but that's Italian art. There's no boys you could say name something and go, he's nasty. Ramos, he did it to Salah.
He went to do him,
and
he was doing.
And he done him.
He was a big threat at Liverpool at that stage, and he's like, well, he's cut his granny to win a game with him.
he's in that position. Get booked and get sent out.
I just think we're putting deep for a vote. It'll be good to see what the vote comes back because.
Well, I've picked the best in as usual. Baresi.
It's a theme here. Must have more knowledge.
I had an A4 sheet of paper with stats in it, but I've left it at home. But anyway, just off the top of my head. Six Serie A titles, and I had Serie A titles when it was probably the best league in the world. Most of them. 3 European Cups. A World Cup in '82, but I don't think he featured in that. So that's maybe a bit of a cheat. He was runner-up in Ballon d'Or in 1989. I thought it was a good start until he came out with Cannavaro actually won it. Serie A, same 89-90 season, he was player of the year in Serie A. For a defender it's hard for defenders to win these sort of things. He was voted the 19th greatest player of all time, again, for a defender. Incredible. 81 caps for Italy, 719 appearances for AC Milan.
Not that caps for Italy, is it?
I thought he'd more than that.
Yeah, because it's just him seeing that. Obviously, Ramos has got double that and more, and he's still playing.
Yeah,
and he's got more appearances, and he's still playing. So
I know. Yeah,
that's what makes Ramos a freak of nature.
AC Milan Player of the Century.
That's a hell of a quote. No, but the fact
nowadays you wouldn't think, but back when we was growing up, AC Milan
he's top Maldini. You know what I mean? So because somebody sees Maldini as the greatest Milan player, and he's topped that obviously.
When you speak about proper defenders, as in Baresi maybe was now like Ramos can forward scoring goals, but for out and out defending, I think Baresi took some beating. He was my hero when I was growing up because we was into the Gazzetta Italia football, and for me when I was growing up, number 6 Baresi, I wanted to wear number 6 like him. Yeah. And by his time he was well into his 30s. I think he played till he was late 30s. Yeah. Just a top defender. I think I bought him at 94 World Cup. You said he came back for an injury during the World Cup, and he was man of the match in the final. Okay, he missed the pen, but and he was playing against Mario, Bebeto, the top players in the world at the time, and he was almost in cruise control. Yeah. But the only thing, kind of biggest weakness for me about Baresi, played with his shirt untucked. I like that. He's actually look lazy.
He's the first player I remember with a shirt untucked.
Baresi, yeah.
And
I'm
he had this,
surprised
like,
by
and he
him,
was slow and had a language style, but
he wasn't
got
slow.
No, but I'm
He
saying
wasn't slow. I was nobody beating for pace. He ran as fast as he needed to run. But is he?
He read the game so well. He probably had a couple of yards in front.
To me, he's in the Italian Willie Miller. Exactly the same type of player as Willie Miller. Last ditch tackles in the box. He wouldn't admit win. He'd win headers, but not much headers. I would say somebody in aside him win all the big headers. But he's a Willie Miller type player.
it'd be an interesting vote because it's kind of like three generations. You
Well,
got
I wrote in here
Baresi,
that
Cannavaro, then.
he was nicknamed the Berlin Wall, Cannavaro,
Yes.
after that World Cup, because they won it. They had 5 clean sheets
Yeah.
and only conceded 2 goals in that whole tournament.
It was a bit clouded though. Again, he got a Ballon d'Or because he won a World Cup, didn't he? I think it's the fact he'd done like everyone else through that.
I think, but to win a Ballon d'Or, you've got to have won something major. Usually, do you?
Yeah.
You had to win a European
Oh,
Cup
mate, I'm not
or
questioning
the
it. I'm
World
not
Cup.
questioning it, 'cause I find it quite refreshing that he got it because it's always given to a striker. You know what I mean?
No.
But as I said,
I've got a good vote.
how many clean sheets?
Clean sheets? Doesn't it?
No, I'm saying that World Cup, did it say?
Oh, sorry, they had 5 clean sheets.
Right,
The
exactly.
votes kind of gone the way we've thought, haven't they, so far?
Aye.
I mean, Schmeichel won it by miles, Cafu's won it by miles, Maldini's won it by miles.
This week will be
I
the
think
kind
I've
of
seen.
closest, I
I
think.
think so.
It could be. If I would you pick? If I would you think a vote would win a vote?
I'm thinking Ramos because the
Aye.
stats have reeled
I
off.
think if they'd listened to you, maybe kind of folk would vote just for
Aye.
seeing it, but if they'd actually listened, they maybe would have.
Because initially I would have went Baresi, right, initially, and then I started listening to you, and then once I started researching, and the fact that he just keeps on churning them out, it's just like, it's bonkers.
I think if you,
But then
for
you go into
me,
that whole thing about it's changed eras and stuff, and
Aye.
different game now, and
I was getting if you go for out and out defending, I think you can beat Baresi. But then you've got Ramos, good defender, but offers you something extra as well.
Yeah.
But maybe not quite as good a defender as Baresi.
Yeah.
and then you've got the discipline thing, and then, but as you said, you struggle to find a weakness with Cannavaro.
You do,
And if you're going for a centre back to defend, again, you very rarely heard of Cannavaro in a nightmare a day. You just never heard it.
Yeah. I caught like Baresi's got that iconic status as
Yeah.
well as he ruined the world.
Yeah.
Baresi's
What's
just,
your retired number? Innit?
Aye,
I just say
retired
any,
number.
any club for you retire a number.
especially a massive club like
Yeah.
AC Milan. There's only 2 numbers retired there, in Maldini and Baresi.
Be interested to see if our next 3 is next week.
Yeah, I can't think mine's going to be.
Same here.
I don't know what mine is going to be. But
So we'll put it to vote to see how we got on. 24-hour podcast.
How much Reds did Ramos say?
20.
20 Reds. that's
Say 3,
that's
4.
more than a Red a season. Well, how much seasons has he played? You got at start.
No, he's like 34. And
I must have played. Mid-teens. is he?
16, 18 seasons, something like that.
So you're over a Red a season there, are you? And how many bookings?
167. Ruthless.
That is I didn't
He's
actually.
he's actually, I've not got it written down here, but he's got a record this season because he's the first centre back since Hierro in Spanish League to get 10 goals
Aye.
in a season.
Yeah. I can recall some silly Reds though, and they just
Aye.
like a nasty tackle's one thing, but some of these dead you went, oh Ramos, fit you dear. Especially in the big derbies.
So we're on about centre backs, and obviously there was a few other ones, and I got Hierro had scored 163 goals.
Aye.
And then it said Koeman. Hierro. But I knew
He
he
did
took
a bit Bolton,
he took
mate.
pens and free kicks. It said Koeman. Somebody might need to fact check us. 253 career goals for centre half.
That's
I
it.
find
Unbelievable.
I knew he took I knew he took pens and free kicks, but 253 sounds a lot. But
Playing the top leagues in the world, with Darren Markey playing the SPL. Didn't even get quarter of it. He's a striker.
couldn't even score for Torre United.
Sorry, Darren.
Right, we love you. March out to finals.
That's another thing about. I mean, I played against Darren Markey when I was younger. Absolutely team meat. Bad skin. But he gets up to that level and he's maybe a bit short.
Yeah.
I was minding him pace when he was young.
He was fast.
He was really fast.
Monkey, they used to come.
Aye.
Was it?
Consolation Cup final.
Aye.
I played sweeper, marked him out again. Got man of the match.
Maybe.
That's a fact.
Is that when you were fast?
Aye.
Aye. That's the thing with Markey. I think if you team his pace
Away
away
from
from him, he was screwed. Like he was so fast.
Modern day striker, is he?
Well, not really. Need a bit of ability, do you?
So, 24-hour podcast update. We had quite a few donations this week of us.
We're doing alright, eh?
Aye.
So, we'll reel off the list. So, Turra Fuels, Katie at Tropic Skincare. I was getting a row for just saying Tropic last week.
Come on, Mass.
So
So,
I'll buy a packet of dishwasher dust.
Skippers, Arden Homes, Steve Deldy Ginery, Turra Tyres, 5EFC, which was a good unit, Celebrations, SMB Building Contractors, CMB, sorry. That's Buxie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Buxie, Craig Middleton Plumbing and Heating. A boy I used to work with, Barrett's, Craig, good lad. He's coming on at 1 in the morning. That could be messy. Fraser Watson Electrical, Dave McDonald Plumbing, NSB Contracting. He actually paid for 2 hours, Nigel, so he gave us £200. Willow Lane, new clay shop, I can't pronounce Inverkemi Dairy. He actually has put in a challenge. Did you see it? See if I could down a pint of milk quickest.
I don't like milk, so
Easy.
I might.
You don't like milk?
No.
You can't. So there's no way you could do it.
You don't drink milk?
No.
You tea or coffee?
No.
Oh, well, it'll just be me and you, mate.
Aye.
You can put it in your Crown Motors, Gav at Crown Motors, Ness, Cowie Plumbing and Heating, M&D Joinery, Web and Scoop, and I got in the day, All Air Tech Limited, Matthew Strath, Spice in the road from it.
Cheers, folks.
So, absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's some responsive here, is it?
Definitely.
We're up to £2,500 already, so we donations as well. So, we've got-
Donations for
so some good donations for my mum. She gave us £100. Steve's gave us £100.
Darren Murray.
Darren Murray gave us 50 quid. Well, we'll get hate to mention him, do we?
Uh,
Jill Morrison,
Dylan Stewart. we
£15.
did
Dylan Stewart a
and
tenner.
then I've got Ryan Petrie Joinery gave us a donation of 75 quid.
Did he?
I have to put in.
Oh,
Homers.
Yeah.
We've got a few more guests this week, but also need to say we've got a few.
we're keeping counselling, I guess, are we?
Aye.
So
The doors are filling up nicely.
I think we're going to end up struggling to fit Abdi in, are we?
Yeah.
So we might hate to disappoint a few, but
Sorry, girl.
nah, girls coming on at midnight here, buddy. But we're working on maybe a couple of decent teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we didn't really expect that at all, did we? We were just going to... Our first initial thing was to just get our pals on and we'll have a wee debate. But we've ended up with maybe a couple of decent inside, like names.
Names are.
So we didn't want to go... Because we're still amateur. Well, we'll always be amateurs.
Yes,
But
definitely.
we didn't want to go too over the top with names and stuff.
Yeah.
But if we got 2 or 3, I think we'd be happy with it.
Definitely, yeah.
Aye.
Just to raise the profile a bit more.
Yeah.
Getting some good raffle prizes. We're building up in the raffle prizes and stuff, so I think we'll get a good raffle.
So Mike, you're working on some of the tech stuff.
Aye,
I'm
so-
looking on the tech stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like looking into the text the net, obviously the live quiz, the raffles and stuff like that. See how we get to do that live.
Aye. Quiz will be good.
Aye.
I like a quiz, like, especially in lockdown. It was doing them all the time, but I got a bit scunnered on after a while. But I think we'll get a lot of...
We'll obviously do it. Well, I think how we can do it, but I'm trying to think of ways we can get possibly folk doing it online at the same time.
Aye.
But
I can't they try to do that with Scottish football. The
that's
multiple
not-
choice was
too long,
shocking, was it?
Long, is it?
Hey, you just let them play a game, maybe. I can't. Well, yeah,
Well, yeah,
think
we'll
about
discuss
that.
that.
Yeah.
Still not really away yet, so. But again, if anybody's got any donations and any raffles or
Donations,
Right.
suggestions, anybody thinks
Yeah.
are good, oh, you boys could do this, we're up for listening to anybody because we've got 24 hours to fill, so like even like drinking pints of milk and stuff, I'm up for anything, I'll do anything, like, I'm not wearing a mankini or anything, but
No, I'm up for it as long as it's involved down in drinks. Didn't get other boys laughing at that. Dog, you listening?
I've already been told by the wife,
Hey,
don't need to be drinking, not gonna ask yourself, say something you should know. I don't need a drink to say something I shouldn't.
Again, this has lasted 2.5 hours, is it? Probably doing 40 minutes anyway.
No, it's been gone. We all obviously 2.5k in the bank's a lot more than expected at
Yeah.
this point, so still a long way to go. And obviously on the day, we're hoping if some folk tune in, we'll get a couple more donations. The raffles, we're thinking about maybe selling squares or something
Selling
for them.
squares and we'll maybe just
Draw, get each guest to draw out maybe.
Aye, something like that. Yeah.
TBC.
TBC. There's a lot of
TBC, something like
TBCs.
that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've sorted out our date, October 31st, 1st of November.
Halloween.
Aye, somebody said, was that a trick or treat?
Must have been,
Dave.
6 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Aye, 6 a.m. to 6 a.m.
So if somebody's on the go that morning, will he bake in those, please?
Well, folks, that's another episode of Two Blokes and a Mic. Thanks for listening. Again, if you have any comments or feedback, please feel free to leave us a message in our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages. And we'll hopefully have another episode for you guys next week. Thanks for listening.